Forbidden Anecdote of Anon, Installment 1. It was 1976 in a village called Teesville in the northeast UK. It was one of the hottest summers and a hose pipe ban was on. I was only 8 years of age. The night was flat calm, no wind. My two brothers and I sat looking out of their bedroom window at the back of the house. You could see across the fields of the farms to the next village, and we were sky watching, as we often did. You can clearly see 2 tall apartment blocks in the distance. I noticed some flashing lights above one of the blocks. I pointed them out to my brothers. We watched as they came close. We said, "They must be helicopters," though we couldn't hear any sound. We soon noticed another object coming into view, and then another as they came closer. There were 3 disc-shaped objects, like 2 saucers placed together, with strobing, flashing, sequencing lights in the center. Imagine the 2 saucers glued together larger edgewise. The lights were along the edges that would be glued together. We all looked at each other agape as they approached our house. They were huge, bigger than our house. They were silent and oscillating. My 2 brothers were frozen and mouths agape. I noticed the trees in our garden swirling from the wind coming off the objects as they moved over our house. We all ran to the front of the house, my 2 brothers in my mom's bedroom to the left, me onto the landing window, expecting to see them flying over, but nothing. My brothers were silent, and I felt a strong impulsion to go downstairs and out the front door, which was already wide open. I walked along the front path out of the gate, turned left, walking along the street toward the green that was centered with houses, in a circular formation around the green. I saw a beam of light shining down, and a tall man standing in the light. There was a bench. There were no benches there normally. The green was a circle in 4 sections with a path crossed through the center and flower beds in each one. The bench was on the first path nearest to our house. The man was very tall, around 7 or more feet. He was wearing a black suit and trilby hat. He motioned me to sit at the bench. He sat beside me. We were facing each other. He had no face. I knew he was not human, and I felt no fear whatsoever. I had a strange sensation at the front of my face, and he started to speak to me in my mind. He told me that he is called an overseer and has watched me in other lifetimes as well as this one. He said he was from a planet called Eucharinia, which, if I imagine the distance from Earth and beyond Jupiter and Mars, times that by 4, and his planet is around that region. The feeling I had was that I was listening to a long-lost uncle who was telling me an amazing adventure story. Relaxed, and I felt like I knew everything about him, as he did me, with our consciousness merged, /enmeshed. I now recall that we had no need to hide, and we are so much more in potential, and that we have, well, some of us, an ability to merge with the consciousness of another with the same ability, and there is no need to hide from each other. No games, only knowing, seeing all completely. He told me that he has been observing me for a very long time, and that there is an energy within me. He touched my solar plexus. I would use this energy when I'm older to help the planet. He told me he chose an image in my mind of my granddad in his suit and trilby hat so I wouldn't be afraid, as he has no form. They are non-physical beings, and now it was time for him to leave. He began to unmesh, break away consciousness connection, and I felt a pulling sensation at the front of my face. I thought he was pulling me into the light beam and taking me away, and I felt a pang of fear and screamed, "No!" But as he pulled himself away, I pinged back, and there was a loud popping, rushing sound, and I was in my bed, bowled upright, heart pounding. My brothers and I woke in the morning and shared our memory of events. They have no memory recollection after looking out of our mom's bedroom window. What is strange is that a few years ago, I came across something on the internet called the Slender Man. The being I met looked like that, the no-face thing, but I had no feeling of danger with the being I met, and wonder if perhaps someone came up with that character, possibly from an unconscious memory from contact, and has put a negative slant of this being to create Slender Man, or indeed to keep us from contact. I don't know. I just found it very odd as the resemblance with the suit, hat, and no face.